Hello and welcome to yet another session of Political Science. Today we are going to discuss about the chapter The Challenges of Nation Building. As you all are well aware that when India had attained independence in the year 1947, India was not in a very good financial condition. Moreover, India was under a pressure of finance also because the Britishers had left the country. Moreover, the illiteracy ratio in India was very much high. About 85% of Indian population could not properly read and write. So let us discuss these points. There were many challenges for the newly independent nation or our country. These challenges were like poverty, illiteracy. As I told you, 85% of population was totally illiterate and 15% of people could only read or write either in English, either in Hindi, or another prominent language of that era was Punjabi. So 15% of the population could read and write. Moreover, there was a lot of diversity. Various communities and belief systems were existing in the country. So to make them peer, to keep them united was also a challenge for the newly independent nation. Moreover, India was an agricultural based country and industries were quite nominal in our country at that span of time. So this was another challenge to take up India to the road of economic development. Let us understand the other three and basic challenges that the leadership had to face at that time. As I said, India was a diverse country and various people of various communities resided in the country. So to keep the country united in such a diverse condition was a very big challenge for Indian leadership. Why? Because Muslims were there, Buddhists were there, Jainis were there, Zoroastrian community was there, Bohra community was there in existence, and likewise Christians were also there, and the list is quite enormous. So, in such a condition, when Britishers were leaving the country, to keep all these communities intact, satisfied, and safe in an environment was a really challenging task for the leadership. Then, establishing democracy and adopting the principle of universal adult franchise was another rocking stone in the path of our newly independent nation. Merely establishing democracy is not everything, but following the true spirit of democracy was required. So, to follow the true spirit of democracy and keep everyone happy and contented was the challenge in front of our leaders, in which they had succeeded. Another challenge was to maintain equality amongst the classes, amongst the various minority and majority groups, and specifically the people from the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes and minority communities like Christians, like Muslims, like Zoroastrian community, like the Bohra community, and with a very long list of such small communities which were residing in the country to maintain an equilibrium in the lifestyle and also to look for development, whether that was political, whether that was industrial, whether that was agricultural, or whether that was socio-cultural development was another challenge. Moreover, the country at this meanwhile was suffering from the curse of partition. As you all know, Muhammad Ali Jinnah had propounded the two nations theory in which he had talked about Pakistan for the Muslims and Hindustan for the Hindu community people. So this two nations theory had brought a lot of chaos and a lot of unrest in the communities, especially between the Muslim and Hindu communities of our country. The Muslim population was about 15% at that time, and moving this large number of population from various states and provinces of India to a specific zone of Pakistan was not an easy task. Specifically, areas like Kolkata, areas like Hyderabad, areas like Kashmir had Muslim population, and the smooth shifting was almost impossible. When this partition was about to take place, a lot of displacement and loss of property also took place. According to strategic information, about 80 lakh people had to suffer the chaos of this displacement and migration, where they had to give up their assets, their properties, and they had to move out because of the opening of the riots on either parts of the borders in Hindustan as well as in Pakistan. Everything was divided. Say the Constituent Assembly, say the railways, say the territories, say the hearts of the people, say the emotions of the people. Many women were being abducted, and many children had to suffer the consequences of this partition, which was not in a smooth manner. Moreover, rehabilitation was a very big issue after this partition. Not only the partition, Pakistan was divided into two parts, Western Pakistan as well as Eastern Pakistan. So Eastern Pakistan nowadays students is known as Bangladesh, while the Western Pakistan is the original Pakistan of today. So these two areas had a lot of gap in between them, and a very long area of Indian territory was falling in between. So this partition had created a lot of chaos on both the borders, on the northeastern border as well as the western border of India. Moreover, rehabilitation was a big question mark. When the people had moved to India, back to India, the Indian government tried to settle down these refugees in the camps. Moreover, financial aid was provided to them so that they could get started and adjust themselves in the mainstream life. A lot of aids, a lot of financial help was provided to them so that they could get started with their new businesses and new setups. Not only this, areas were specifically provided where they could have their colonies set up and they could live in a peaceful manner. So the entire process was a very chaotic process. Moreover, the northwestern province area, where the leader Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, who is also known as Frontier Gandhi, he was not in the favor of this two nations theory, but his ideals were totally being ignored, and the northwestern province had to undergo this chaos also. Moreover, when the Britishers left, they had allowed the princely states to decide or to make up their mind whether they wanted to join Hindustan or India, or whether they wanted to join Pakistan. So the decision was totally up to them, which were about 565 princely states existing at that time. This freedom had created another chaos for Indian leadership. So this question of integration was being resolved by Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel in a very precise manner by his design of instrument of accession, where he made the princely states understand the importance of keeping India united so that India doesn't fall prey again to the or becomes the colony of any other European or any other country now. So this issue was resolved by the sincerity of Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. In our next class, we will be discussing about the integration of princely states, where we'll be dealing out with 4 specific areas which did not wanted to become the part of Indian territory. Thank you so much. Happy learning.